So here's a question from one of my recent tuning sessions. And it had to do with the idea of expansion versus growth. And they asked me to expand on that. So here are a couple of examples of expansion versus growth. Maybe you've been a part of this situation or you've seen it unfold in somebody else's life. There's two people in a relationship. One is just like, I want to make this work, but it doesn't seem like the other person is changing or caring that this person wants it to work. So they finally leave. And then a while later, all of a sudden, they come back in and they say, I have done so much personal growth and I've really worked on myself and I want to make this work. And then you start to, you're excited for them, you're excited, and then, or this person is, and then you get into the interpersonal part again, and it seems like they don't have a clue what you're talking about. They have no insight in how their behavior was affecting you. Well, this is because that person went out and what they did is they built concepts in their mind that made them feel like they were getting somewhere. They're a little bit happier because they're connecting with concepts. But they've not actually gone into where the pricklies are, where the reactivity is, and met with a response. If they do that, then that would be expansion. So another example that is very, very popular, maybe you know somebody or been a part of this, people go into therapy and then all of a sudden they become experts in therapy and they want to tell everybody about how much they've grown. And they just want to say, I've done this and I've done this. And it doesn't matter how long, people can go for years in a growth pattern. And the therapist knows this, where what they're doing is they're just playing with all the tools that the therapist gives them, but they're not actually meeting the prickly stuff. They haven't gone in and felt the reactions and sat with it to make it into a response, which would be an expansion of understanding of consciousness, seeing above the fray. So we do this, we go in and we think that we're becoming more clever in our head, and it feels good to us, but it might not be making any impact whatsoever on the people around us. And that can get frustrating for somebody who wants to convince everybody else how much they've grown, yet they're not getting the response that they want.